Hello, my name is Miss Harvey and I'm head of the English department here at Thomas Allains. As a core subject, you will all be studying English and you will carry on doing that in years 10 and 11. And what's great about English is that at the end of year 10 and 11, you will get not just one, but you will get two GCSEs, English language and English literature. As a department, we have been preparing you for these GCSEs since you arrived. So we are aware that you have been going to take this as a core subject, which is the beauty of it being a core subject, right the way through from years 7, 8 and 9. So we are well prepared for this. And what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that you have everything that you need as you move through from year 9 into year 10. So what are you going to do when you move into year 10 and year 11? We're going to support you to enjoy your GCSE so that you can develop your skills and think about the core texts that you're going to be studying. Here at Thomas Allains, for our literature and your literature GCSE, you're going to cover a range of texts that cover the 19th, 20th and 21st century. And some of the texts that you will be exploring in more depth are Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, and J.B. Priestley's In His Spectacles. So you'll get to explore the context, what's happening at the time in that historical period. And you will also be looking at a range of themes and ideas such as power and conflict, and you will do that through a collection of poetry. You will also get the opportunity to look at a collection of unseen poems. Now, for those of you that are the writers amongst us, in your language GCSE, you will have the opportunity to do some creative writing. And it won't just be writing stories, it will also be writing for a purpose and more academic forms of writing. Now, both GCSEs will help you to develop your independent thinking and also your skills in terms of your comprehension. Now, there's one key element that is missing, and that's speaking and listening. Now, although that's not formally assessed at GCSE, there will be plenty of opportunities for that in class in terms of discussion, particularly in your literature. But we also do have one element that is assessed that will go towards your GCSE that we will be doing over the 2 years. To prepare you for this, we would encourage you to read as much as you can. The level that you will be required to read to is the Guardian Standard, so anything you can do to get ready for this will be great for you and that we would encourage you to do. I hope you enjoy your GCSEs and make the most of the opportunities that you have here at Thomas Allains.
Hi, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mrs. Steadman and I'm Head of Science, and I'm going to go through the differences between triple and combined science GCSE. But to begin with, I know you will all agree that knowledge of science is really important, so much so that the whole world over agrees that it should be statutory for teenagers to study it. And this is because science is all around us. It helps us to differentiate fact from fake news, it helps us to inform decisions from the food we eat and how we cook it, to the cars we want to buy and the fuel we put in them. Science is found in absolutely every industry. Now, it's hard to believe that pretty much all of the science that you're taught in school will have been useful to you during your lifetime, but we can't say when or how often, but to not teach it to you would limit you in so many ways. So thankfully for us, you will all be taking science, but for some of you, you'll want to choose triple science. Now, our triple scientists tend to have a far greater interest in science compared to other subjects in that option block, but there are a few conditions to be allowed onto the course. You must, of course, be motivated and interested in science. And we can generally judge that by looking at your snapshots, and we should see that for the most part, you are meeting or exceeding expectations with regard to effort and home learning. And secondly, you will need to be working at least a grade 4 and above in order to meet the demand of the course. So now I'll just go through a few of the differences between combined and triple science. So what's the difference between triple and combined science? So first of all, In terms of what you'll be studying, you study exactly the same in terms of the three sciences. Both triple and combined study all three sciences: biology, chemistry and physics. And you'll have separate lessons for biology, chemistry and physics taught by specialist teachers. There is a difference, however, in the number of lessons that you will have. So for triple scientists, you have 15 hours of teaching time every 2 weeks. That's 5 hours for each science. For combined science, you have 10 hours of teaching time every 2 weeks. So 3 hours of 2 of the sub-sciences and then 4 of the third science. In terms of assessment then, both triple and combined scientists will sit 6 exams each. So there will be 2 for each science. There's a paper 1 and a paper 2 for biology, for chemistry and for physics, for both triple and combined. The difference is that for triple scientists, the exams are 1 hour and 45 minutes long, whereas for combined scientists, the exams are 1 hour and 15 minutes long. For both assessed courses, there is the availability of both foundation and higher tier. What you get at the end, in terms of your GCSEs, they're quite different too. For triple, you will get 3 GCSEs, and they will be separate grades for the biology, chemistry and physics. They are independent of each other. Whereas for combined science, you get 2 GCSE grades, and they will be based on the average of all 6 exams sat. So you could ask then, if it's so similar, why does triple have so many more lessons? Well, there is some very specific triple science content for each of the 3 sciences, including space for physics, the brain and eye for biology, and alcohols and esters for chemistry. And if you're thinking about taking A-level sciences, triple science will make it a lot easier. So hopefully that's explained to you a little bit about the differences between triple and combined science. If you have any other questions or you're not really sure, please feel free to ask your science teacher for any advice, your science teachers for any advice.
Hi, I'm Mrs Wilcock, and I'm going to tell you a bit about studying GCSE Maths at Thomas Lane Academy. So Maths is one of your compulsory subjects. Everyone in the country has to take GCSE Maths, but why, you ask? Well, quite simply because it is amazing. Well, okay, so maybe you have to do it because it's actually just really useful. So Maths is a bit of a Marmite subject. Most people love it or hate it. Here at Thomas Lane, we do our utmost to get everyone into that love it camp. The maths team have a really strong passion for getting everyone to enjoy their maths lessons. And we want you to walk away feeling more empowered to do whatever it is that you want to do. And that's because maths underlies literally everything we do. And no, I'm not trying to say that you will use circle theorems or algebra in your future lives, but you will all solve problems because that's life. And you will all have to tackle things that you don't fully understand at the beginning. And this is really what maths teaches you underneath all the numbers and the letters and the crazy shapes. It teaches you how to persevere and conquer a challenge. So maths isn't just about numbers and shapes and algebra and statistics, although don't get me wrong, I personally think they are awesome fun, particularly algebra. But it's really about getting stuck into a problem and working out a solution your way. There are always many ways to solve a problem in maths, and no method is right or wrong. Some are obviously more efficient than others, but that doesn't mean that they are the right way and that the other ways are the wrong way. Anyway, I could ramble on about how awesome maths is as a subject for hours, but I doubt you want to hear that. So here's a quick summary of what you'll be studying in Maths GCSE and what it might look like. Where you study everything. Number work, calculating things, solving equations, other algebra, finding missing angles, lengths, areas, volumes, interpreting data, presenting data. In fact, all the maths that you've been learning since your life began will be used in your GCSE. It's a subject that builds on itself all the time. Everything, it gets used again. So there's a lot to learn. But we're a really broad church in maths, and we want to support and nurture everyone of you. From those of you who absolutely love maths and you're aiming for 8s and 9s, and we've got some really juicy problems lined up for you to get stuck into, and it's absolutely fantastic fun. And those of you who really don't think maths is your thing, yeah, we will actually make it fun and we will make it worthwhile, because that's the important thing, isn't it? If you're having to study this, then it's got to be worthwhile, and that's what we aim to do. We always run intervention sessions, they are always scheduled, and on top of that, all of us here in the maths team are ready and willing to help any of you with literally any maths problem outside of the lesson time. Quite frankly, we love doing maths and we love sharing it with you, so we really don't mind. So, in summary, you have to do maths. We think it's amazing, it's incredibly useful, and it's not just about those things, those actual facts you're learning, it's about all the skills you get from underneath doing the maths that is so important. So we look forward into welcoming you into the wonderful and superbly useful world of GCSE Maths in September. So bring your positivity, your self-belief and your curiosity, and we will do amazing things together. Thank you very much.